Now, if you've been on social media at all over the last couple of years or even the last couple of weeks, you will have seen the myriad of different diet and training advice, right? Everyone's talking about their specific way to do it, and that is the only way to do it. And you think to yourself, how can that possibly be? One guy's saying vegan's the only way, one guy's saying carnivore's the only way, one guy's saying low carb, paleo. Like, it's so damn confusing. What should you do? And in this video, I want to talk about a few factors that are so important, or a few principles that if you get those right, if you get those principles right, you can pretty much choose and kind of navigate the whole online diet culture a lot more easily. Now, what are these kind of principles? Now, first of all, you've got to know what goal you're going for, right? If you're trying to cut down, probably not the best idea to do a diet where it's like high carb and high fat. Like, it just wouldn't make sense, right? Probably wouldn't make sense to eat a ton of processed food or do these calorie challenges or try and live like a bulked up bodybuilder if you're trying to cut down. It wouldn't make any sense. Also, another principle in mind that you need to keep in mind is what foods agree with you and which ones don't. Now, you could have the perfect diet, eat a ton of veggies, but every time you eat vegetables, right? I know for myself, I get bloated, I get gassy, I feel like shit. So why on earth would I adopt a diet that's meant to be the best for me and the most healthy and gonna get me the best results when those certain foods disagree with me and I feel terrible on them, right? It just wouldn't make any sense. The foods you need to eat are the ones that are going to get you closer to your goal and that you enjoy to actually eat and that agree with you. If you follow those three simple principles, and I'm actually going to add one more, it's convenient and easy to cook. If you're in the kitchen for 4 hours trying to make the perfect recipe and you've got fucking 10 different ingredients or 20, 30 different ingredients, it's going to take so long, right? And it's just not worth it. Like, what is the point? There's no fucking point. So as long as the food literally tastes good to you, you enjoy it, it's convenient, and it's going to allow you to actually get to your goal in the first place, that's what you should follow. Not what some cult leader's talking about, not what some certain groups are talking about, because carnivore can be great for so many people, and it's helped me a bit. But also, somehow people thrive and they like the vegan diet. That's their choice too. And some people just like a bit of both. Veggies don't bloat them, so they'll eat veggies, they'll have meat, they'll eat potatoes, they'll eat rice, and they feel fine too. We've got to stop kind of demonizing everything. We've got to really find what works best for us. Because that's the best diet. I know that's kind of cliche, the best diet is the one that works for you and the one you can stick to long term, but it's so true. There's people that have got a six pack that eat carbs. There's people that have got a six pack that don't eat carbs. There's people that are jacked that are vegans, and there's people that are jacked that are carnivore. You can get in shape any way you want. You've got to choose the approach that you actually enjoy, that you can actually stick to. Because if you cannot stick to it, there's no point doing it. And I'll actually tell you something about what I'm doing, right? I've been, throwing up different diets. Should I be doing this or that? And it's like, how I see it is like, if I personally can't stick to it and I really enjoy diet and everything and I really enjoy the whole lifestyle of eating clean, if I can't even stick to it, there's no point doing it. Because if I can't stick to it now, how am I ever going to get the results long term? And that's another point. There could be the perfect diet on paper. It does this, it helps with this, it helps with that. But if you can't stick to it and you're eating the food and you're just like, oh, for fuck's sake, I just have to get through this meal because I don't enjoy it, but I have to eat. And this is the only thing I can eat on my, restrictive diet. If you're doing that and it's like pulling teeth every single day, you're struggling, you got no energy, you're like, what the fuck, I'm not looking forward to this. Even if it has all these supposed benefits on paper, you're never even going to reap the rewards in the real world because you cannot stick to it. And even worse, if you can't stick to it and you keep binging on terrible foods out of shame, then you go back and then you binge on terrible foods, that's a really messy situation and a vicious cycle. So just be careful with who you listen to out there. Don't take my word for it. Experiment and try for yourself what works for you. What kind of goal are you trying to? Are you trying to bulk? Are you trying to cut? Are you trying to maintain? What are you trying to do? You know, do you like the food? Do you not like the food? What agrees with you? What makes you feel like shit when you eat it? If you can work out these things through a process of trial and error, the game's yours, right? With that being said, bro, take care. Hope this helps, and I'll catch you on the next one.